In today's video, we're going to be talking about how the market reacted for the first promo of the year and what's going to happen going into next week's Weekend League. So just before the video does start, a quick little ad on a trading service I offer over on Twitch for the cheapest trading guides out there for just £4, €4, all free with Amazon Prime. You'll receive daily trading and investing guides covering PlayStation, Xbox and PC with an array of methods covering all budgets. And I've been trading for over 10 years, making over 100 million in multiple different FIFAs, and now for the last 4 years I've made 10 million coins in just the first month. So in today's video, what we're going to do is we are going to be talking about how the market reacted yesterday with the first promo of the year. We're going to talk about the promo packs they dropped. We're going to talk about how different golds reacted. We're going to talk about how special cards reacted. We're going to have a little bit of a look at the Rttks, and then we're going to talk about buying your teams next week. So of course, we've got our first Weekend League of the year. Now, the overall trend with these cards is that they're going to drop going into Thursday, being the cheapest, probably Thursday after Division Rival Rewards, unless there's too many people looking to invest then. If so, then it'll be Wednesday evening or Thursday before that. But we'll probably understand that closer to the date. Now, out the doors, which cards are being used the most, and as a result, which are looking likely to be the best investments? Well, the most used cards at the moment is, by no surprise, the cheapest player, who can go play centre-back, and that is Kylian Salida. Then followed by a Pender, Bonucci, Kalulu, and then we get to the, well, then it just starts dropping off a little bit. But very interesting. Again, obviously, the very cheap players are easier to buy, and as a result, they are the most used cards. Now look at the gold versions of these cards that went out of packs, because of course these were investments, but obviously and this is a very normal thing to happen, because some of them get over invested. What they do is they drop initially and then rebound through the week. So for example, we saw a Pender who got up to 13.7 and then obviously went out of packs, and now he's down to 11.5. Doesn't really matter because this card will go up going into Sunday. It's just, you know, it shows that there's already signs of people over investing in the gold versions. Likewise with Oshman got up to 58, then back down there to 52. We then see Saka. Saka's quite interesting. He didn't really drop, and therefore he held. Bruno Fernandes, I actually went and invested in a bunch of him because he went down to 20k after. Picked loads up to 20 and 21 with his shadow. He's rebounded really nicely, which shows you, you know, again, he dropped down to 20k when he went out of packs last night, if I can go and show you, which as a result there was a really nice investment to be made. But now he's rebounded, and again, this should happen with the other cards, so I wouldn't stress if you bought these cards and they're down. Pau not really down, and Luis Diaz actually not down, and if so, already up. So very interesting that the first promo team of the year, the gold cards, were a bit of a mixed bunch with being over invested and not. Nonetheless, you should be able to make profit if you sold in the pre-hype. If not, don't stress, you can just go and sell them. Or for fodder, you're going to go and sell them on the Thursday, and weekly demanded, you're going to go and sell them on the Sunday. We'll then move to the SBC card that was dropped. Bruno Gilhamez, 213k. Now, a lot of people have thrown their toys out of the pram for this card, but we had the exact same thing last year. Last year, we went and had Kulevevsky, and Kulevevsky had a 170k Rttk, which, if I'm not wrong, didn't get upgraded whatsoever. Like, it was kind of the exact same thing last year. I mean, you can see 2,000 downvotes there, 2,000 downvotes this year. So when people were talking to me about, oh Dan, I've gone and bought fodder to you know, go and buy for Bruno Gilhamez, I was like, well, you know, there's a chance it's overpriced. There's a chance you bought the wrong fodder, and fodder didn't really rise. Fodder did just go down in price. We can have a look at some of the stuff right here. We got ourselves Zisberg, who went from 4.1 down to 3.5. We then get to 86s like Parejo, and Parejo went from 7.5 to 6.3. We then get to 87s, who went from 9.9k down to, well, only 9.5. We then look at 88s, and 88s went from about 15k down to 14k. And finally ended off here at 89s, who yesterday went from 23k down to 19. Now, these cards, when you're actually watching this video, more like than not, are still going to be a very good investing opportunity. Interesting that Benzema went down and then back up again. Interesting. But yeah, so I'd say team fodder should be a good investment. 85s all the way through to 89s, I believe, is the best because it's got the highest ROI. Last year we got a RTK SBC on the Friday. We got a flashback Danjuma on the Saturday. We got an RTK SBC on the Sunday, and then we got 2 cheap RTKs that were out for 60 days after that. Not quite sure if we got an upgrade SBC, but because we have an extreme, well, arguably an overwhelming amount of SBCs in the next few days, fodder is not a bad buy, and yeah, as a result, if you want to go and pick it up, you can pick it up happily now. If we don't get a good SBC for Saturday or Sunday, there is a chance it'll go down more, but I don't think too much really to worry about. We now move to meta gold cards. And meta gold cards did exactly what I thought it would. Basically, the more expensive a player is, the harder they are to pack, and the higher the chance they have to rebound / hold their value. And that's exactly what's happened right now. Because if we go and show you the likes of, we'll show you the likes of Griezmann. Griezmann yesterday, before packs, was about 81k. He did go up to 85k, and then back down there to 80k, but now he's back up to 85k. So Griezmann neither really went up nor down. But if we go look at the likes of a cheaper player, someone such as Llorente, we go look Audi yesterday, we can see that Llorente, he's actually rebounded a little bit since this morning, but he did just drop and drop and drop and drop. And the reason for this is Llorente is a lot easier to pack than he is than someone like Griezmann. And because of that, there's a lot more supply of him with an increase in packs. And yes, they've got 50k packs. I think we got like 25s, and I'd imagine maybe we got a few more promos. So he is picking up nicely this morning, which is actually quite interesting. But yeah, not overly surprised that with an increase in packs, the cheaper the player, the more they drop. Now, I think we're going to see a rebound through to Saturday and potentially even Sunday, because people were just going to play the game over the weekend. Yes, I understand there's no weekend league, but people play the game over the weekend, and that's the relevance. But after that, the market then should go and drop and drop and drop through to Thursday, at what point we'll then rebound after Division Rival rewards, and then it depends on the promo on Friday. If it's going to be a rubbish one to watch promo, the market will just keep rebounding. If it is a good promo, well then the market will go back down again. The reality is in FIFA is that you cannot buy gold cards without losing coins, or really heroes and icons. And the reason for that is because these cards are just consistently packed more and more and more, and they're consistently replaced by more SBC and objective players. Here's Varane, for example. Again, here's Rttk here. Rttk drops here, and you can see right there is really no rise. I think the rise might have been, I think there was like a Sunday to Tuesday rise, but it really wasn't relevant enough for you to make any coins. It was more of a case of maybe you can use the card for a day or two without losing coins, but the card just drops and drops and drops there for over a month. So a lot of people ask me when to buy the teams, and the reality is again, you can't buy your teams. There's a rise here between Thursday to Friday, and this is what I'm talking about. The rise is here, but then he just drops on Saturday, because the promo would have been good enough on the Friday that people still would have went and sold their teams. So yeah, you want to go and buy your teams on Thursday, but you can't really buy your teams without losing coins. RTKs you can look at going and buying on Thursday. Should be able to buy these cards without losing coins. If there's RTTK Team 2, I think they'll probably drop. Normally what happens when we get Team 2 is Team 1 drop out of packs, because people are more interested in Team 2 really. Then we get to Team Week 2. Again, we're looking like the likes of Talisca if you can get down to 12k over the next 24-48 hours. Otherwise, the investments we've got is Kante and Matoma. We'll have a little look to see if there's been any advancements. Oh yeah, we're also looking at the likes of Trippier. I believe there probably hasn't been much of a change. No, the stop. Oh, actually, it has changed a little bit. The top used to be Talisca, Kante, Matoma, but now actually Sal's got in there. So picking up maybe Sal on the Sunday also might be a nice card for the meta. That's interesting. That's why you should always keep up to date with this sort of stuff. But yeah, say Talisca like 12k is going to be an amazing investment. And pre-team of the week, I did a little bit of research. So previously, on the team of the week equivalent that's coming up this Wednesday. So for us it'll be team of the week 3. Last year was team of the week 4. We got someone like Cancelo, right? Now we got Cancelo on the 12th of October. So again, it's kind of like the equivalent in terms of RTTK. Well, bear in mind the 12th of October, and therefore Cancelo should have risen going into it, right? Because he would have got a team of the week last year. If we go look at this, he actually didn't really rise. Like, going into the team, so he would have probably had a good performance on the Friday. He didn't really have a substantial rise. Like, he rose 9k, but the tax is about just under 6k. So even though we've got weekly demanded cards that could get team weeks, I don't recommend buying them, because the return on investment on someone like Cancelo is going to be nowhere near as good as someone on the current team of the week. But that, I would say, is all she wrote. Hopefully I gave you guys a little update on what's going on with the market. Again, meta cards I do think will start dropping as of this evening, if not start dropping on the Sunday, all the way through to Thursday. But thank you very much for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow with a brand new video.